character of You Do What for a Living. We've been meeting John, and we know a few things about John. He works in Wiltshire, works indoors, had to do a bit of training to do his job. It involves science, it involves making a product, a liquid product, which goes in your kitchen and just is something for you to enjoy. Not alcoholic, it does involve fruit sometimes. And I think that's all. I think that's kind of the main gist of it. Now, I think we are ready to reveal. So I've given you my answer, John. Do you want to have a look? I've got that bit of paper. In fact, I'll open it up. I'll reveal. So this is what I wrote down. It's all been folded up, so I can't cheat. I think that you make syrups for coffee.
And the answer is...
Oh, you do? Amaretto flavoured syrup. Right, this calls for the jingle to return.
You do what for a living?
So tell me what you do for a living, John.
I make coffee syrups and mulling syrup. We make that at Oaksey.
My goodness. So, Taylerson's Malmesbury Syrups. This is amaretto flavoured syrup. And we've got loads here. Creme brulee, toffee flavoured syrup. And so these are for coffee. These are for hot drinks?
Coffee, hot drinks, cold drinks. The milk, you can put it on... We have a cinnamon, which I put on my porridge in the morning.
Wow.
We have a mulling syrup, which you put in wine or cider or apple juice, hot or cold.
See, you've picked the right person, actually, because I'm a massive coffee drinker. I'm a bit of a coffee addict, and I've got some syrups in my house. I've got some caramel and cinnamon, all that kind of thing. So it's just quite a fluke that you've come to me. A few answers that we had coming in. Charlie in Malmesbury thought that you made posh hot chocolate. Ready-made hot chocolate. And also Chrissy in Trowbridge said, do you hire out chocolate fountains? But no, you make syrup. So that's a very specific thing to do. So when and why did you decide that that's something you wanted to do for a job?
About just over 5 years ago, I was rolling out of a Costa, as you do, and saw all the syrups and thought, well, why do they all come from France? How hard can it be to make those? And now we know how hard it can be to make those.
And you said it does involve a bit of science. So what is the process of making syrup and making it, I guess, the right consistency and the right taste? How does that all work?
The science is twofold. Obviously, it's a sugar, liquid sugar that you then blend flavours into. The trick then is to make it safe for people to consume. Normally you'd use heat. We don't. We use an innovative light system, so we actually pulse lighted our syrup, so we use a fraction of the energy, makes it safe, but it also makes the flavours better. And then the art is actually blending the right flavours and getting the right consistency and developing new flavours all the time. So we invent flavours each few months, depending on the season. So we're getting ready to relaunch things like Christmas cake flavour, and we had hot cross bun flavour, we had Easter bunny flavour. That raised a lot of ethical questions.
So, and you literally can make any flavours. Are they quite popular? Is the kind of thing that there is a market for?
They're increasingly popular. We're just running on our Facebook page. We're doing a survey at the moment. If anybody wants to take part, it's just Coffee Syrups in Facebook, and it's very interesting to see how many people have over the last few years taken to drinking flavoured coffee. And it's not just flavoured coffee. We do a nice natural ginger, which people love in their tea.
Oh, that sounds nice, actually. Because as I said, I love coffee, and I drink a lot of coffee, and it's a real treat to have a flavour, and it's just nice than having sugar. But from a business point of view, is this a business that you set up yourself?
It is. We started completely from scratch.
My goodness, and that was, what, 5 years ago?
Just over 5 years ago.
And how has it grown in that time? I mean, from a business perspective, has it been a very good 5 years or a rocky 5 years?
It's been a rocky 5 years. I mean, 5 years ago we weren't expecting a banking crisis or high streets to look the way they do now. So within a year, our product, that amaretto, you can find that on the shelf in John Lewis Food Hall in Oxford Street. We were selling to other high street retailers. One high street retailing chain, of course, fell as a result of the banking crisis. So we have actually almost reinvented ourselves in that time and become very much an online business. So the vast majority of our sales to consumers are online now, but we also sell to coffee shops and obviously in certain retailers.
And it must be nice for coffee shops around Wiltshire to know they can get syrups from, which is made in Malmesbury, made in Oaksey.
Absolutely, and we're very fortunate to have a lot of local support and a lot of support in London. Funnily enough, it's a metropolitan thing as well, and of course the main makers, the French, of course, nothing wrong with the French, but of course when you point out the fact that this is actually made in Britain, people do like the idea of knowing where something's made, who made it, why they made it that way.
And what do you enjoy about your job? Why is it such a job that you like so much?
We enjoy creating the new flavours. I mean, we will do daft flavours by request. We've even done a curry flavour for one customer.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
But it's a proven hangover cure in Brick Lane in London. So
right, we won't question that then. But that's brilliant.